Hello everyone, welcome to the English class. Today we are going to learn the lesson Madam Rides the Bus by Valli Kannan. This is a story written by Valli Kannan, who was a famous Tamil writer, journalist and critic. He was a recipient of the prestigious Sahitya Academy Award. This story was written originally in Tamil. It was later translated into English by K.S. Sundaram. The lesson Madam Rides the Bus is about a brave 8-year-old girl named Valli who had a strong desire and along with it the courage to fulfill it. She liked gazing at the hustle and bustle of the street, and her favorite pastime was the sight of a bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. Thus, she developed a deep desire to travel by the bus. To fulfill her desire, she needed all sorts of information about the bus journey, collect money for the bus fare, and then plan the trip so that she could be back home before her mother woke up from her afternoon nap. She started listening to the conversations between her neighbors who frequently traveled by bus, and in the process would ask a few careful questions here and there to collect more information. As you read the story, I encourage you to note the details she collected regarding the bus ride. You will agree that she was a meticulous planner. Valli needed to save money for the bus ride. I encourage you to note all those things that she had to forego to save the amount needed for the to and fro bus ride. As you read, I encourage you to identify the setting of the story. Bus fares are far more today. Can you guess in which part of the 20th century the story is set? She finally boarded the bus for her ride. Can you imagine an 8-year-old stopping a public bus for a ride? I encourage you to observe the maturity of young Valli as she rides the bus. Observing the mature and independent little Valli, the bus conductor addressed her as Madam. She enjoyed every sight during the journey. She was particularly amused at the sight of a cow running in the middle of the road. Upon reaching the town, she refused to get down and remained seated in the bus because she had just saved enough for the two-way bus fare. Don't you think it was a display of her maturity? On her return journey, she witnessed a shocking sight. I'm sure you are curious to know what it was. To know what happened, continue reading the story. Upon reaching home, she found her mother and aunt talking about the endless possibilities in the world outside. They had no clue about Valli's adventure at all. Thus, the story shows how innocently but responsibly she fulfills her deepest desire. That's the story. Now you may start reading the story and proceed with your class task. All the very best.